Students, now today we'll start exercise 13.2 chapter exponents and powers. Fine, so before we do question number 1, let me just introduce you to some of the laws of exponents which will be very important to solve question number 1. Fine, so the first law is a to the power n into a to the power m. Now what you can see is that in this law we have used two exponential form. This is first exponential form, this is the another exponential form. So in both the exponential form we have used what? The base are same, isn't it? The base are same but the powers are different. Fine. So when you see that the base are same and multiplication is sign is between this between the two exponential form, then what you have to do with the powers? We have to add the powers. So this is the first law. Fine. Two exponential form, doesn't matter that it is between two exponential form, it could be 3, 4, 5 exponential form, but if all the exponential forms are carrying the same base and the multiplication is sign is there in between all the exponential form, then you have to add all the powers. This is what you have to know. The second thing, a to the power n divided by a to the power n. Now you see again our law is done for two exponential form only. Fine. So when a to the power n divided by a to the power m, so both the exponential form are again carrying the same base, but again the powers are different. But this time instead of into we have used division sign. So for this case you have to subtract the powers. You have to subtract the powers. Okay. Law number 3. If a base is already carrying a power and if I add one more power to it, that is power to the power. So this law is also called power law. Okay, this law is also called power law. Power to the power. Okay, so in this case you will multiply the powers. Okay, that means you have to multiply these two powers. This is the second law. Fourth law is, suppose it is like this. Fine. Now what you can observe is that this time the two exponential form are carrying the different base but same power. You see, n but different base. So how to write this? So you will bring all the base together in one bracket and you will take the power as common. Fine. What I said, when you see the exponential form, the two exponential form are carrying the different base but the powers are somehow same, then you will bring the base in one bracket with multiplication sign and you will take the power as common. So these 4 laws will be very important for exercise 13.2. So please write it down all of you. Okay, now let's move on to the first question of 13.2. Question number 1, sum number 1. So we have 3 to the power 2, 4 and 8. 2, 4 and 8. 2, 4 and 8. Now carefully observe that all the exponential forms are carrying the same base, 3, 3, 3. And what is the sign given in between the exponential form? Multiplication. So what we do when the base is same in case of multiplication, what we do with the powers? We add the powers. So we'll write the base 2 plus 4 plus 8. That means answer would be 3 to the power 14. And you have to keep your answer in the exponential form only. Fine? I hope you have understood. Now let's move on to sum number 2. Sum number 2, we have again two exponential forms are given. Base are same. Division sign is in between. Fine. So what we have to do with the powers? We have to subtract the powers, isn't it? So we'll write 6 to the power 15 minus 10. So 15 minus 10 is 5. So answer would be 6 to the power 5. Now let's do sum number 3. 3 is very easy, students. So sum number 3. A to the power 3 into a to the power 2, isn't it? A to the power 3 into a to the power 2. So again you see we have in the question two exponential forms are given. between these two exponential form, multiplication sign is there. So what we have to do with the powers? We have to add the powers. That is 3 plus 2. That means a to the power 5. Okay? Very, very easy, students. Now let's move on to sum number 4. Okay, so I've written sum number 4 and 5 together. Now in this case, again you see two exponential forms are given. The base is same, and what sign is in between? That is multiplication. So what we have to do with the powers? We have to add. So we will write 7x plus 2. So we cannot add this x plus 2, isn't it? We cannot add x plus 2. Okay. So this would be your required answer. That is 7 to the power x plus 2. Now let's move on to sum number 5. Now this is in the form of power law, isn't it? 5 is carrying 2, and again we have another power 3. So what we do when this type of situation is here? So we multiply the power. Fine, 2 into 3 divided by 5 to the power 3. So 2 3s are 6 divided by 5 to the power 3. Now finally what we see, the two exponential form are given. The base is same. Division sign is between them. So what we have to do with the powers? We have to subtract the powers. So 5 to the power 6 minus 3. So answer would be 5 to the power 3. Okay. So now let's move on to sum number 6 and 7. Now sum number 6, sum number 7. Now here you see two exponential form are given. Base are different. In the first case, base is 2. In the second case, base is 5. But the powers are same. So what we have to do? We have to bring the base together, and we have to take the power as common. So 2 5s is what? 10. So 10 to the power 5. So this is the required answer. Fine. Now let's move on to sum number 7. Very similar to question number 6. Two exponential forms are given. See, the base are different. Now in first case, base is 4. In the second case, base is b. So base is different, but the powers are same. So we have to, in this case, we have to bring the powers together, and we have to take the power as common. So a into b is what? AB. We have to put it inside the bracket. Fine. So this is your required answer. Now let's move on to sum number 8 and 9. Okay, so this is sum number 8, this is sum number 9. So what we have? 3, 4, 4. So power law. So we have to use power law. So in case of power law, we multiply the powers. 4 into 3, and that will be 3 to the power 12. So this is the required answer of question sum number 8. Now let's see what is there in sum number 9. We have one bracket. So you know that we always have to first solve the bracket. So inside the bracket we have two exponential form. Both are carrying the same base. They have division sign in between. So we have to subtract the powers. So what we have to write? 20 minus 15, isn't it? We have to subtract the powers. Then we have to write this one, 2 to the power 3. So what was the answer? 20 minus 15 is what? 2 to the power 5 into 2 to the power 3. Now finally we see that we have two exponential form, 2 to the power 5 and 2 to the power 3. Both are carrying the same base, 2, 2. And what sign is between? Into. So what we do with the powers? Add. So that means 2 to the power 5 plus 3, that means 2 to the power 8 is the answer. Okay, now let's do sum number 10. So sum number 10, we have two exponential form. Base are same. Division sign is between. What you have to do with the powers? Subtract. Very good. So 8 to the power t minus t. So can we solve this? No, we cannot solve this. Why? Because they are unlike terms. So this would be your required answer. Okay, students. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. God bless you all and stay blessed.